If you got somebody.
Oh, it's live on YouTube, right? Damn, Raheem, you ain't telling me all that.
Everybody want the full Saturday party.
Yo, welcome to the AMF Show.
Tell everybody want the full Saturday party.
On Bars and Hoops Radio.
Tell everybody want the full Saturday party.
Yo, every Thursday night, without a
Tell
doubt.
everybody want the full Saturday party.
With our special guests, so check us out.
Peace, everybody. Welcome to the AMF Show. I'm one of your hosts, Big Ra, one half of the Almighty Force Brothers. I'm here with my man, the street ball legend,
Kev Young.
All right. I'm DJ Tiny in the building. Unorganized behavior. The T-shirt 8 and Lot Red Cup Affair. All right. On YouTube. Okay. Tonight in the building with us, we got a brother that's down. Okay, tonight we got a brother that was down with the original Cipher Sounds, going back in the days. Right. You know, we got a brother. I be seeing him out there, speaking to the kids. You know, we got a brother in here that be promoting mad parties, be promoting mad shows. You know, we did it with him back in a couple of years ago. All right. Introduce yourself, my brother.
Yo, it's your man Greg X from the Hood Therapy Movement, from the original Cipher of Sounds. Happy to be here with my man Raheem Almighty and my man Kev.
Yeah.
Kev,
all right, all right.
Hoops legend.
Bars and hoops. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we get into your story, we just gonna do a little announcement. The only thing I really gotta say, the D League, the registration took place. The teams are being formulated already. The kids is training. Couple of weeks. The D League, the AMF D League is going to jump off in a couple of weeks. 121 Rockaway Boulevard, Middle School 226. Saturdays 1 to 5. If you want to go watch some of the little babies doing their thing, that's the place to be. The developmental league, that Almighty Force Developmental League. All right. So, brother Greg X,
yo,
I just want to ask you that. We asked everybody that come on if they could describe themselves in a word. What would the word be and why?
Black.
Okay.
That's the best answer.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Why? Because look, all you got to do is look at me, right? I'm black, man.
I got a question, man.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Patent the name Cipher Sounds, man.
I don't think it was legitimately patented. I don't think that my cousin Alon Standing knew the weight of actually what he was doing, to be honest with you.
I was watching TV the other night and I heard Cipher Sounds.
Right.
Wasn't talking about nobody black.
Right.
Man.
Some other guy that just
they gotta be on the radio.
Right. Well, it's a saying, if you don't use what you have, you'll lose what you have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and to some degree, I'm saying, if we didn't have all the knowledge or the talent that we had in all the particulars in that day and time, and then later when it's time to capitalize from the residuals of your success, if your paperwork, as they say, you hear a lot about paperwork nowadays, not that kind of paperwork, not criminal paperwork, but the business paperwork that needs to be addressed. If it's not done, you can lose out greatly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing I thought of when I heard the name. I was like, damn. That damn name.
But UG, he had told me a story about when the kid hit the radio that Russell Simmons had stepped to him, saying, to let the kid use the name. But then but the kid was getting heat because I heard him on the radio one day,
right,
saying, "Oh, but I'm Cipher of Sound with the F with the PHA. They are Cipher of Sound. We not the same thing. We not the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?" But he was trying to justify it.
Yeah, nah, you can't really justify it when you have. But again, man, if your paperwork is not where it needs to be, sometimes you might be able to escape that. At that point, it's a matter of integrity now, how you want to handle that situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not entering into litigation behind situations like that, that's what you would call trademark infringement.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can change a letter. That doesn't mean anything as long as it sounds like or looks like the original. Then you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play like I'm a lawyer, but
right.
I pay attention to things that matter in terms of when we're doing something, later in life. Cipher Sound started like 76, 77.
Right. Because y'all had your 50 year anniversary.
Right.
It was last year that y'all had your 50 year anniversary.
So that's like 74.
Right.
74. Yeah.
Yeah.
74.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just some of them jams that was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Legendary.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
We always talk about how we used to hear the Cipher sound system.
Right.
We used to be on the other, we both rested on the upper side of the bridge.
Right.
We rested on the side by the 130 blocks.
Right.
We lived on 135th.
Right.
Right.
And y'all did Lincoln Park more than y'all did Ajax.
Yes, we did Ajax, but we lived in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And Lincoln, 48, all South Jamaica parks, really, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
160, Ajax, 48 was a zoo, 48, Lincoln Park, those are the top ones.
St. Albans Park?
St. Albans, absolutely.
No diss, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through my memory.
But
you're the other guy that mixed.
No, that was my brother Prince. That's my brother Prince.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, because I used to go to the DJ.
Right. That was my brother Prince. That's my brother Prince. It was a law understanding, and it used to be divine understanding and Prince. Yeah. It used to be Divine from Infinity Machine.
Divine from Infinity was a Cipher sound.
Yeah.
He was on Infinity Machine.
Absolutely.
Before Infinity Machine.
Absolutely.
Divine, we gotta have you back on the show.
Oh, he didn't say that when he was here?
Yeah, but Divine came.
That's funny.
When Cipher Sound was getting ready to do their anniversary,
right.
He came with them. General, I didn't put it together like
wow.
that.
Nah. Yeah, he's an original Cipher Sound member.
Yeah.
It was when people see the value of what you're doing, if they can, somehow people get separated from one another. I'll just put it that way. But Divine is from the Cipher Sound first. Right. Certainly. Yeah.
Good results in the end, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because y'all was my favorite.
Absolutely. It's all family. We all family. We be at each other's houses and all of that. He comes over we at the family house. We don't have no dinner or nothing like that without Divine there, this, that, and other. Okay. We all get mad at each other and stuff like that.
That's good.
But we still
get mad at your
family. But
sometimes,
it ain't no, oh shit, we gotta, be at odds or nothing like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I mentioned that we did something with you a few years ago. Right in Rochdale. Okay. And then I remember last year we had an event that I couldn't make it to because I was going to be out of town. Right. So let's talk about some of the events, because you be on your promotion stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I promote a little differently. Like you asked me if I was to describe myself, and I said the first thing I would say is that I'm Black. So everything that I do, I try to center it in Blackness. I like to point out that do we have language constraints on the? Okay, so before, or not, I shouldn't even say before, but in between my Blackness, I lived the life of a nigga, and I did nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And so as we get older, we try to, hopefully we'll evolve in our intellect, Right, so my promotions that the last year I had what's my man name? The rap dude, man. How do I forget his name?
It was a big event.
Yeah, what's his name, man? The rap dude, man, from how I forget his name. That's crazy. Oh, I can't think of it. But anyway, it'll come back to me. Grand Poobah, that's his name.
Okay.
I had Grand Poobah. Trying to have people that got some degree of knowledge themselves and still know how to have that swag and that bop, so people can enjoy themselves. But before the event at night, we had a Black History, Black Solidarity event. That's another thing I want to talk about that's coming up, man. This Sunday, Sunday in Brooklyn. Maybe Tiny, if you could do me a favor and Google Bethany Baptist Church and just give me the address real quick. Bethany Baptist Church, man, from 3 to 6, man. You should come out. This Sunday. This Sunday, man. Bethany, man.
Baptist Church.
Yeah. So
Hey, Tisha ate a lot. Good evening.
So I like to do things that reflect positively on our neighborhood. What I'm saying? And also to bring us a little closer to one another so that we can do things constructive without beating each other upside the head, killing each other, trying to discredit each other, bringing each other down in all kind of negative ways. So that was the Black History event, Black Solidarity event, and I'll do that every Black History Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. Because Black Solidarity Day is this Monday.
Yes.
And we, when I first started working for city government,
right,
like a long time ago, that was like a main thing, right? That we had Black Solidarity Day,
absolutely,
on Mondays.
Thank you,
right?
Brother. Thank you. 460 Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that was like back then, back in the days, that was like a holiday for us. And I'm going back to like the 80s and the 90s.
Right.
That was a holiday for us.
Right.
That was like our day. When as I worked for city government and throughout the years, it got watered down because other coaches felt like that they had the right to take that day as well.
Right.
Even though it was, Black Solidarity Day. It was every year before election day.
Right.
We didn't go to school, right?
Yeah, remember when we was younger? Yeah, right. Even going back as far as that, like our mothers made sure that we recognized Black Solidarity.
Absolutely.
Day,
so I think one of the things that got in the way of it, man, is that we started having too much fun. We started with the smoking, the drinking, and the fucking, and the gear, and we forgot the real value of our holidays and the struggles that we've been through. And they gave us so much to party for that we forgot the seriousness of ourselves.
Damn, Black Solidarity Day.
It's coming up right now. Look, see, it's just doing on this Monday.
Vanished.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. Well, Black Togetherness vanished too, didn't it? Look at us. Look at the condition that we in. But I don't want to redirect your situation, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
No, we're talking about your promotions. We talking about that's what we building on right now.
Yes, sir.
So I know that you had like a big event last year. And I remember you did a big event in the Grand Ballroom.
Yes, sir.
In Rochdale.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Then I see you be promoting like monthly parties that you be doing or something, right?
right.
Yeah, so like let's just tell her how that's going.
It's going okay, man. Well, like this month coming up, man, with the SNAP program, I want to do a Friendsgiving. I want to gather, a few of my friends, and let's put together meals and let's feed our community. Let's sit down and have dinner together. Let's have some conversations around our Blackness and around what's going on today. Let's see if we can just ignite a little fire concerning our Blackness and our need to be together. The way that the climate is going in this country right now, it looks like we're going to need a lot more togetherness than we've been having. So even if it's just me, myself, I'm gonna at least gonna say that. Like I could come here and I could talk some slick shit. At any point you want to get into talking slick nigga shit, let's do that. I know how to do that. But what's really more important to me and what I see is what we talking about right now, and that's what I promote around events, stuff like that.
Listen, when we ran into each other, and we discussed you coming on. It was somewhere over there on Linden.
Right.
And we discussed you coming on. And then, a little time passed. But, one of the reasons I wanted you to come on is to build on how you building right now.
Okay.
This was like for you to come on because there's a lot of things. And even the brothers we had on last week, shout out to Ray Diamond, shout out to K Mel. When we
K-Mel from Brooklyn?
No, K Mel, he grew up in South
He might
Queens.
be from Brooklyn.
You mean
He might be from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. All right.
K-Mel might be. I know. I see him in Brooklyn, but I'm talking about K-Mel from Queens.
Okay, not Kamel Ellis.
Not Kamel Ellis.
Okay. All right. No, it's all good. Shout out K-Mel, man, wherever you from.
Yeah.
What's happening, my brother? I'm sure you're doing good.
Shout out to Kamel Ellis on your thing, on your world.
Brooklyn,
World one. That's
yeah,
insane.
one world. Yeah.
One world.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him up in here,
Right.
to discuss his program.
Yeah.
But like I said, I respect your promotion part.
Right.
Because when we did it with you, you was serious. We actually had meetings.
Right.
And all of
Right.
that,
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
respected. I always respected it. I ain't never get a chance to tell you.
Yeah, I forgot about that too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say forgot, it didn't come to my immediate memory, but I respect you too, you and your brother, because y'all represented. And that event was a collective event where everybody had to pull their weight for their audience to make it happen. And then it was some that was a little sour, but I'm saying, how do you be sour at me when you don't pull your weight? Because if you pull your weight, it's going to bear fruit. Did it not bear fruit for you?
It did okay.
It did, yeah. Nothing happened to you. You worked out good, right?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Peace, pardon me. Peace, Jessica.
On
the check-in. Jessica on the check-in. All right. So, the thing, the hood report that you be doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Right.
Because I find that pretty interesting.
Right.
That you be,
right.
You be talking some real stuff on there.
Yeah, the hood therapy hood report, you know what I'm saying? Or the hood therapy minute sometime, or what's on your mind report, those things that come up. Like right now, this is a hood therapy what it is report. Right now, I'm at Bars and Hoops live on YouTube. You should go there. We discussing a host of things right now, on this particular podcast with my man Kev and Raheem Almighty from the Almighty Force Brothers, man. So the hood therapy, what's on your mind report or hood report is just me for being almost like an anchor man for the hood. Like right now, man, we looking at a food stamp shutdown.
Right.
And many people are in a state of panic. And I would like to say that, we as Black people, we have been confronted with situations like this before. Yeah. I heard a beautiful sister named Jamila say, and she went all the way back through history with it, how we respond. We creative people. We blessed people. Don't panic. And then, but by this happening, it lets us take a look at ourselves to see if we really believe in God or do we believe in the government of America. That see, right now it's forcing us to retreat and seek refuge in God and one another.
To do
right
for
now
self.
To do for self. Kev, you right. Yeah. Well, I study Black people and Black historians. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, do for self or suffer the consequences. And when you don't do for self and you relying on somebody else and they take that back, the consequences is you can go hungry. Yeah. You understand? So, okay, they taking their thing back. So now it's time for us to become more neighborly with each other. Because we might need to rely on each other. Yo, one day hunger might visit one of us, and it's gonna take one of us to have enough neighborly sense to say, I'm gonna give my neighbor a bowl of food or a plate of food or a week worth of food so that they can get to whatever goals. But everybody gotta be rowing. All hands on deck. No sit down. The hand that don't work is the hand that don't eat. This is Hood Therapy. What's on your mind report? I'm chilling at Bars and Hopes. What's good? What's happening?
All right.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
working. Let's go.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so you know, I saw, you know, you on social media. I think you was in 40 projects, and you was talking to the youth out there. You know,
yeah.
So you know, just let me know how that came about.
Yeah. Shout out to Erica Ford and Life Camp. You know,
Okay.
the Life Camp movement. You know what I'm saying, in which I've been affiliated with for the last 2 years or so. Well, I've been affiliated with Erica for about 35 years, to be honest with you.
Right.
Probably more than that, about 35 years. But as a consultant for the last 2 years, and she would dispatch me to different places, you know what I'm saying, in some of our schools and in our parks. And what I've you know saw and witnessed for myself is that our young people are in crisis. We went for the okie doke with the marijuana being the darling drug of the community, that it's not harmful, it's good, and you know, this, that, the other, and they never bother nobody, it's better than cigarettes, all the little weirdo shit they sell us and we buy, right? But what I'm witnessing is, and let me stop before some of you adults start panicking, talking about, hey, why is he bothering us about our weed? I deserve the right to smoke weed. I buy my own weed. I'm not talking to you. If you can afford weed and your own weed, that's fine. Handle your business. I'm talking about the children are smoking weed like crackheads. They committed heinous crimes for weed.
And your brains aren't developed until 26.
All right now.
So if you're smoking before then, you're going to have problems later.
Absolutely. No, you're going to have problems immediately. The drug, now the weed we used to smoke when they was their age, let me give it to you real quick. It had a certain degree of active ingredient. We don't want to get into too much science, but it's called THC. Say like back then we would have smoked THC that at a 35 or a 25. You had a 35, you was like, they giving our children THC at 50, 60, 70. It's frying their short-term memory. They cannot concentrate in school. In many cases, it appears that they're lacing it with fentanyl, so they find themselves helplessly addicted. You'll see, listen, they're combative, they lose creativity, so all they know how to do is hand-to-hand combat, fire a weapon, just little simplistic things that don't take much to use your mind with. So when you say, wow, that's some dumb shit, you're right. Because the weed, the ingestion of the weed, coupled with the alcohol, coupled with the pills, coupled with the horrible conversations that they having, produce what is called a motivational syndrome, meaning they ain't able to even be motivated. Their communication skills is thwarted. You understand? And their developmental stages in their mind is being impacted. So we have these, and now when I talk to them, I got to speak to them in their language. I got to speak to them like a nigga. I got to speak to them like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And just to be able to engage the conversation. I can't roll up to them talking about, yo, when I was your age, you get shot for that. What the fuck you mean? Pow. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear nothing about when I was your age.
Yeah. So the approach that you're taking, like what's the receptiveness or the reaction to the approach that you're taking, talking to them? And I'm asking you all of this for a reason.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
No.
The reaction is up and down. It's never the same. Some of them, I went through and said, look, I ain't up for a motivational speak today. You know, but in many cases now, the flip side, in many cases though, I shouldn't say many, but enough cases where they come to me and say, yo, man, I appreciate you talking to me. Many of them, some of them, I've had to buy them breakfast because they use their school money, their breakfast money for weed. And they, after they smoke their weed, they realize they hungry, right? Many of the parents is financing their children's drug problems.
That's funny because I was hungry as a motherfucker before you walked in here.
Mhm.
Shout out to T Neptune. All right. Shouting you out, Greg.
Oh, yo, what's up? What up, though? Yeah. Balls and hoops, you already know. Check in every Thursday, man. This is our, we need these. This is our black newsroom. Especially if it's live like this, we get to report it as we see it. Every time we hear their reports, we gotta get their perspective on it. And nothing personal. White folks do lie, so they'll tell us a lie. They won't tell us everything we need to know for our advancement. Is that right?
Right.
And we shouldn't expect them to.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
And we got 400 years of proof.
Yeah. You know, so when we have people come here, you know, we ask for like words of encouragement. You know, so like for anybody that's out there, if you could give like words of encouragement to them.
Yeah, if I was to try to encourage our people, right? The first thing I would say is study your blackness. Make sure that you have an appreciation for your black self. And then ask yourself, do you have empathy for your black brother and sister? Why I say that, Raheem? Personally, I'm chilling. Like personally, I'm chilling. Like if I just wanted to go, and it wouldn't happen, I wouldn't give a damn what goes. It will not happen. You will not find me nowhere making it rain. It ain't even partly cloudy. You won't get a drizzle out of me, right? But look. I could do that if I want to. That's not what I do.
Right.
I got systems. I can put up a pole and have our beautiful women on that. That ain't what I want to do. What I want to do, I want to encourage our people to know, man, that let's start having some love for ourselves. And I want to encourage the anti-black blacks. I'm talking about the black people that denounce their blackness by way of African Americans. I want to remind you that every success that you have in this country is because of those of us that bled, we sweat, and we died to produce rights that an administration is taking from all of us. And so at this point, they're reminding the Latinos, the blacks, the Caribbeans, the West Indians, and the homegrown niggas that they see you as nothing but niggas. And at this point, at some point, you need to rethink some of the attitudes that we've had towards one another and see if there's any value in our unity. That would be my inspiration to our people.
You hit on a very deep subject there, man. It's very deep. Man,
it is.
I'm still working.
Yeah,
I don't think you dealt with the new incoming.
Yeah, well, you know,
it's probably horrible on the job.
Man,
it's horrible on their job.
Think of us.
Yeah. They never took time, no matter what you think. I would say that you're irremanable because you never took time to say thank you. Did you take the time to say thank you to the African American that made it possible for you to get here and even get a job?
They think they know it all, bro.
Yeah, they think they know it all. But I don't want to get into that because I don't want to make it seem like because it is a separation. But at the end of the day, we still gonna need each other. But if you've already opted to be outside or anti-black, then fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That was inappropriate. That was inappropriate. No, that was inappropriate. I don't really talk like that. So that was out of line.
It wasn't inappropriate.
No, it was out of line. It was out of line. Because that ain't
you the only one to think it was out of line.
Yeah, I could check myself. Yeah. Because that's not the way. That's not the way to peace. And that was inappropriate. And I beg your pardon. If you want to be an anti-black, more power to you and your anti-blackness. May God bless you and see how it works out. Let's keep rocking.
Okay. All right. So you know we have in Queens. You said you're gonna be in Brooklyn on on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. In the BX, you know, Harlem. Harlem. You know, almost every day you see where, you know, we, you know, where our own got at it, where we going at each other.
Right.
All right. So a question I like to ask you, you know how you see it, is why you think some of the young brothers be going left?
It's painful to watch. It's very painful to watch. I think, and in some cases, we have to. First, I need to say this: every man, woman, and child will be responsible for their own actions, and you're going to be made accountable for your own behavior. But in other cases, I see where those of in my generation, and this is why I moved the way I move. I think we failed our young people, and we left them a horrible schematic. Okay. We left them a horrible schematic. But at the same token, I think our young people do have the spirit in them to know the difference between right and wrong. But that's the problem with drugs too. When you intermingle the drug into our social dynamic, and the drug makes them physically feel good, the euphoria of the drug makes them feel good, and it impairs their reasoning.
I got a better drug for you: the internet.
Yeah, the internet as well. You know, the internet as well. Look, we never really rebounded from the crack era.
I think our parents didn't have to deal with the internet with their kids. We had to deal with the internet with these kids. And it's a lot of false shit out there. These kids are following. They had a debate about flat earth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it affects them to me.
I still think that even with the internet, I still think that we failed in some way, because if we were able to intervene between them and the internet, and they had a level of reasoning, the internet wouldn't have this as profound impact that it's having on them right now.
You got to take into effect, you got parents working 8-7 hours a day, coming home. They on the internet while you at work.
For sure.
You know, they do their homework, they go in their room, they on the internet, whether you know it or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't believe the shit I've heard come from people's mouths, man.
Yeah.
And I know they got it from the internet.
Yeah, for sure. But, well, that's what's important about Bars and Hoops. Like, you know, a station on a channel such as this, we got to start making channels like this more lit. We got to start, you know, making sure that we on deck for certain situations so that they'll have an option or alternatives. It's sad, some of the things that I see, you know, and some of the conversations I see from grown men on the internet. They on the internet. What happened, Kev?
Jessica wrote up there, man.
What's she saying?
Somebody asked me today if I could get some cocaine. I said no.
Cocaine. Okay.
Cocaine, right.
Oh, so they meant cocaine, Jessica?
Right, cocaine. Yeah, they're still looking for cocaine.
That's crazy. The people the people, but I heard of some older cats that's still messing with cocaine and stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Cats that's just, you know, some of the things that I'm hearing and seeing, it's really painful to see and watch. At the end of the day, you know, if we here in 2025 and we over 50 years old, we really blessed. That means we made it through the 80s and we, you know, however we made it through it to whatever degree. If we still here, I think that hopefully we will have enough wisdom to share some things other than celebrating what we did to destroy our own communities.
Right. Okay. So
wow,
people
that was deep.
so deep. Some brothers were speaking to me and they said, like when I was a teenager, we used to be around the guards, right? And we used to go to rallies and stuff. Right. Absolutely. So you know, as a young guy, as a teenager, like 14, 15, you know, I mean, I really wanted to be, you know, like a righteous man. I wanted to be, you know, so somebody said to me, well, you know, when we were younger, we had the rallies.
Right.
You know, we had them over there behind Rochdale.
Right. 72.
Yeah, we had them. Yeah,
God
72.
wisdom, yeah.
Right. We had them at Fort Greene Park.
Right. That's correct.
Right. We had Mount Morris.
That's correct.
Right. Right. So the law school.
That's right.
Right. So someone said, like we had that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't just like at in Harlem at 125th. It wasn't just at a law school, right?
Right.
We had it in the neighborhoods.
Right.
So someone brought up that. What do you think of that? About like if we can do something like that? So just to have the conversations with the young people.
So this is only my thought. I mean, like we having it right now. Like right now, we can open this up and make this a modern day cipher. But I want to take it back to that point, like the street academies, like the law school and things of that nature. They had what was called COINTELPRO, right? COINTELPRO, one of the counterintelligence organization. Counterintelligence. They was a department of the FBI, and what they would do is they would send in moles within organizations. So let's say we 5%, they'll send a guard in another 5% that look just like us. He got a haircut, wear the flag, quote the lessons and everything. And then he said, "Yo, let's get." You know how we used to deal with our supreme alphabet. So he'll say, "Let's get some beer, right? Instead of calling it beer, he'll use our language, born equality rule, right? Then he'll roll up some weed and he won't call it herb, he'll call it he equality rule born." So he made it seem, it made it look attracting. And then if he say he get some cocaine, he'll call it understanding. And stuff. Yeah, he would use our language to trick us. And we would go for that because that was our language, and we went and made that a part of our culture. And this is where we veered off. So I think that we abandoned our duty as civilized men, which was to teach righteousness to the uncivilized. We abandoned that duty because how could you teach righteousness when you need another 25 of coke? We done ran out, man. I need another head. How we gonna teach righteousness, man, if you putting crack in your weed? How we gonna teach righteousness if we drinking Hennessy all day, we sniffing coke, and we having wanton sex, we fucking, music's playing? All of a sudden our primary purpose is not in this particular place as it should be. So I think somebody dealt wisely with us, and they came and they interjected the good times with it, because we used to have righteous little parties. And then next thing you know, somebody done brought liquor to the party. We didn't have, when we started out, we didn't have liquor. We wasn't smoking no weed. We were fasting 3 days every month. You understand? We were studying our lessons. We was going to school to be doctors and dentists and things of that nature. And then we start smoking weed. Then we start carrying guns. And then we start getting into violent conflicts with each other and stuff like that. Stop. He don't know his lessons. Beat him up. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, I remember about that.
That's
right?
That's black on black assault. Yeah,
quoted a lesson wrong. I remember that, man.
That's no good.
I saw some things. Where brothers did some crazy things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody quoted a lesson.
Absolutely.
So that was going left. Some of the more feared brothers, they started doing their thing, hustling themselves.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. So we were there. And then even some of us went left.
I did. I absolutely did. I was smoking. I started sniffing and drinking, and then the wisdom wasn't as, you know what I'm saying? The wisdom. That's why I went back to Gregory, because I knew I was on Rikers Island, and a Caucasian CEO was speaking mathematics. I was like, oh wow, we fucking up bad. But it didn't deter me. But it's let me know that we was diluting something that was pure and righteous. You know what I'm saying? That this is not the right. We had a name for it. It was called devilishment. What we were doing was devilishment and falling victim to the devil's civilization. That's what I was doing. Smoking weed, sniffing coke, fucking, drinking, going crazy, driving cars, moving fast. You know what I'm saying? Guns, weapons, and things of that nature. You understand? And you know, and they had horrible outcomes. People lost their lives. People lost their family members. Good brothers and good sisters lost their lives in their struggle with narcotics. And the overshadowing of ignorance. Like, you know, ignorance is a death sentence too. If you just dumb, bro, and you don't do no study and nothing like that, and you just a willy-nilly nigga that just, you know, yo, let's do this, and you do that, and that's just as bad as being a crackhead.
Okay. Yo, listen, man. I'm glad you came.
Oh damn! I probably ain't gonna get invited nowhere else. But no, fuck it. I said what was on my mind. Listen, I don't know how. I don't know how to be.
Listen.
He asked me the questions. I didn't. I told you, ask me some nigga shit if you want to. I can tell you about some nigga shit if you want to know.
Listen, I came. I asked you to come because what we try to do here, we try to celebrate. You know, people. We know we have people come from other areas, but we definitely try to celebrate our area.
Right. We from South Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'm from South Jamaica, New York City. Yes, sir.
You know, like next week we're gonna have phase 3 coming.
Nice. That's family. Phase 3.
You know, and I remember, you remember phase 3, we used to go to my Bandwidth Park. Right. And they used to be the ones out there playing the music. You know what I'm saying?
Kenny
and the funny shit. The funny shit
Mike
is,
D, Kenny J, what up? That's my dude.
Yeah,
and Davey J.
They're gonna be here next week.
Yeah.
And I remember when remember Darky and his brother Casey. They used to be rhyming for the rapper
Casey, the singing. Yeah, I love Casey. He passed away, right?
Yeah, Casey
rest in power,
away.
Casey.
Yeah,
I love KC, man. Yeah, KC was a bad boy.
KC and Darky. They were both
D
of them.
Darky,
D Darky,
they were nice. Yeah, I remember.
You know, D Darky used to be with Mike.
Well, Lil Spanky, you remember Lil Spanky from Liberty Avenue? Rest in power. Yeah. Beautiful dudes, man. Beautiful dudes.
Listen. Remember we did Rock the Mic?
Right.
We was going
right.
Keep it on Almighty, keep it on Cipher.
Right.
You know, I told Dave, I said, I think that was a routine that KC and Darky used to do.
It probably was. It probably
I think that was their routine.
I wish I was a stage fright like that. If I was stage fright, I'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I'm just stage fright.
You don't seem like it. No.
Yeah, I could speak rather than like entertain. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I was like, with us, we're entertaining from way back.
Yeah, you and your brothers remarkable.
Kev used to DJ with us. He's a DJ with us back in the days. Every time we bring it up, people don't know. People think, yo, Kev, nice and ball. People don't know you were DJing before a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah. You doing that shit before a lot of people. You was good. You was decent. You know what I'm saying?
He said you was good. You was decent. Which one was it? Good or decent?
He was both. He was good and decent.
Good and
I was copying y'all.
Right. Okay. All right.
I'm doing everything y'all did, man.
Right. That's right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So let's go to, I ain't gonna call it nigga shit, but let's go to how was it like being down with Cipher Sound back in the day?
Cipher Sound, like, man. Cipher Sound, man. Cipher Sound. My cousin really loved music, I'm understanding. And if in my opinion, I would put him up there with any DJ. I'm talking about in that era, Grandmaster Flash, you get whoever you want. Alana Standing was nice. That boy was more.
Shout out to UG.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, but as a culture, we were out of our fucking minds. We didn't have the exact layout that Infinity Machine, but I would say we was like a step down. Like if there was one, I would say, but you had other groups, Disco Twins, people that had more powerful systems. But we had vans too. We had systems, and we did different places. And we had a lot of girls. My cousin had a lot of girls. You have to realize I was younger than them. Okay. I was very young at the time.
That's why you was young God.
Yeah, that's how I was young God. But I think my game was tight though, and I was pretty much in the mix. Right. So it was a lot of drug use. We used to smoke weed a lot. drink a lot. Then cocaine came in, and so we did a lot of sniffing. Me and my cousin on, we
right.
sold drugs. We were criminals. Now Prince and Lon Stanley, they wasn't criminals. So we brought that real street element to the Cipher Sounds. You know what I'm saying? We bought that, then my man, shout out Kevy Kev, my man
Right.
Kevy Kev and Spanky, rapper KC, D Donkey, so my man, rest in power, Allah God, Shock MG. We had a real crew, Big Jamel, Jazzy
Jamel,
D.
right.
It was a crew of us, but again, the drugs, they always incorporated the drugs. And I think that in many cases, it really interfered with being able to be successful at the level that we could have been.
Okay.
We was all young.
Yeah. Because I remember UG and Divine, because they thought the place was called the Third Eye. And I used to go there, but I didn't even realize how young, because we all was young. But I didn't realize like that they was that young too. Because they had a sound system. You know what I'm saying? But even back then, I remember, like things jumped off with the gang dudes from the neighborhood.
7 Crowns in the Guards.
Yeah,
that was. I was there that night.
And the Spades and all of that.
No,
right?
no Spades, no in sight for that shit. Hell no. Them niggas, they was nowhere near that situation. That was on Rockaway Boulevard, like 135th, 34th, right there. Was an old post office,
right?
And it was called, the Third Eye,
right? And
the conflict broke out, and at that time, man, I think that was in the 70s as well.
That was in the 70s, definitely.
At that time,
that was like early. That was like mid. Like 76.
Right. At that time, the Guards wasn't really violent. We were more intellectual. And the Crowns, they came through, man, and they overwhelmed that shit. It was, we laugh at it now. We laugh at it now because that was in a time of adolescence. And
right.
Somebody taught us to dislike each other. Somebody always teaching us to dislike each other for whatever reason. We always find a reason to dislike each other. If you like a nigga that just dislikes somebody just for no fucking reason, ask God to help you with that shit, man, because this is what keeps us from advancing. You know what I'm saying? Having conflicts with each other over minuscule infractions and stuff like that, and it'll lead up to a murder or some kind of violent assault or something like that.
Yeah, the brother that was here last week, the brother Ray Diamond, his he got the program Kings of Queens, the basketball, their basketball program, AAU program.
Okay,
and it was one of his kids that they got shot over there.
Crazy
on Linden. The 13-year-old kid. That was
on Linden.
Okay, his kids. Whoa, by Springfield and Linden.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that when that
rally
incident,
for that.
That incident. So you say that you deal with the sister Erica Ford.
Yes, Erica Ford, definitely. She's Erica Ford is Commandante. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that she's earned the right to be Commandante. That doesn't take nothing from King of Kings or Man Up or none of that. I just think that she paved the way. I've seen her and I've witnessed her impact in South Jamaica. And many times, if something don't work out right, let's just say the young brother that got murdered on Linden Boulevard, they're attributed to that. But what you don't see is how many people that didn't get murdered. What you don't see is how many conflicts that's been mediated. What you don't see is how many people that's been helped. What you don't see is how many young people she's given jobs and helped them to stay in college and to go to school. They don't reference that, you know what I'm saying, as they should. And she's been doing this in this struggle. And listen, this is Greg motherfucking X. I don't kiss nobody's ass and I don't blow nobody's smoke. Even when I work with life camp, I work as a consultant. I'm independent. They can't fire me. You understand? They can not give me no work, and that'll hurt. Goddamn. But at the end of the day, I could say what's on my mind. So this is what I see about her. So I refer to her as Commandante.
Yeah, that's why she got an award. They gave her an award. And my son here got an award, for the basketball program.
Right.
So I said, okay, all right, because I heard of her. I know who she is and everything, but I ain't know the magnitude of the things that she was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that she gets her just due. Many people, like, awards are great, and I think we should award each other. But I think the greatest award is when we rally behind one another and support one another, protect one another, promote one another, especially if the agenda is right. If you always worried about somebody's wallet, you're still a nigga. Stop worrying about other people's wallet, if they get money, how much money. Stop worrying about that. You never asked the white man how much money he got from you. You never asked him that. He worked you for 400 years without no pay, and you never did the math on how much that accounts to. You only allude to reparations. So leave people alone about what kind of money they get. And it's so petty, pathetic, and it reeks of envy and jealousy.
Okay. All right. So I want to go. Now I want to play a little clip, before we go off the air. I want to play a little clip. This is to the brother Van Silk. He had surgery this week. He put me and my brother Shy on a platform called Spit or Quit. We was trying to get a bigger portion of the video on here, but we was only able Stills are great. He said he's gonna work on getting more of the video on here so we can share more of it. It's the middle one right there. All right, it's the middle one. Oh, right there, up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna play this. This is me and Shy on Spit or Quit. This is our part. It was 50 MCs on this. Brothers like Ice-T, G-Dep, Tretch from Naughty by Nature, King Son. It was like mad people on it. So this is just the part that me and Shy did on it. All right, you can hit it.
So while they do that, thank you for joining. Yo, we ready? You queued up? No, thank you, man. I'm over here at Bars and Hoops. Those of you that's live on Facebook, I see you. It's always love. John Dennis, man. Thank you for being there. Just seeing your name means the world. Eric Wilcox, 40 Projects for Life.
Shout out to Eric Wilcox.
Yeah, Eric Wilcox.
Wilcox was up here with us.
My man times. Prince Matt, pull up for pieces on deck. Kevin Blair is even on deck. Happy birthday, Kevin Blair. Hold up. Ina Norman, Brooklyn, New York. Y'all ready to go? Let me know. Ina, my man Taz McGriff, making his presence felt. Derek Kennedy, what's good? Todd Wilson, what's good? Jamel Barney Mays, 40 Projects Forever. That's what's up. My man Jeff Antoine, my man Seven Crowns is in the building. Power to the 7. That's what it is. I can't keep scrolling. I did mention Prince Map. Barbara Williams is on deck. Hold on. Did I say Todd Wilson? I can't get to everybody.
Open up your eyes and you all
Go ahead. Yeah, what you do, man?
So right now,
DJ Tiny.
We over there, that's DJ Tiny. We just having
open up your eyes and you all shall see. Well-known brothers called the Almighty, doing what we do for an eternity. Now you shall see what Big Rossi. I keep you coming back like an actual fact, like exploitation and black on black. I keep the stack of dough greenbacks, but never tried to get no money selling no crap. The shorties wanna front like Rob the enemy, but I keep representing to eternity. Now you shall see what Big Rossi, the Almighty, the legacy. I keeps it coming and keeps it going. I keeps it growing and keeps it flowing. I keep on doing just what I'm doing. Keep getting qualified cause I ain't no showing. I keep on pushing, I keep on striving, cause only the strong will be surviving. I keep on being just who I be, the most supreme representing the Almighty.
Colin Cap took a knee to fight for what's right. Then the cops used the knee to
take a black man's life. Over 400 years, blacks killed on sight. Cause black lives don't matter, that's a black man's plight. Double standards on this planet is in plain sight. So domestic terrorists attack in broad daylight. Allowed to beat on police with flagpoles and pipes. And they didn't even care when someone lost their life. What will be your legacy throughout history? Will your name be aligned with infamy? Did you deny racial justice for centuries? Then lied and told the world that it was meant to be? Did you tell the activists protesting in peace? Then allowed the seditionists to storm the police? Cause they worship the man instead of G.O.D. Your legacy and history will be your destiny. Look into the mirror, what do you see? Do you show love throughout your community? Believe in peace, freedom, justice, and equality? Or do you rule with lies and deceit? Look into the mirror, what do you see? Do you show love throughout your community? Believe in peace, freedom, justice, and equality? Or do you rule with lies and deceit?
Yeah. That was Spit or Quit. Like I said, shout out to my man Van Silk. I know he had surgery. Right. So Greg X, you can just give your information, like for anybody if they wanted to get in touch with you. And you got to come back. We still got some other things to discuss. Yeah. You're gonna have to come back, right? All right. All good. You know.
So listen, man. Most importantly, join me this Sunday, man, in Brooklyn, 460 Marcus Garvey. Is that correct, Tiny? 460 Marcus Garvey, man. 3 p.m., man. Pre-Black Solidarity Day rally, man. Join us down there, man. All some of the brothers that's here, my man Prince Matt and various others from the hood, man, that's busy trying to make a change and affect a change. Join us in Brooklyn. We're gonna be in Medina. That's what the gods call Medina. We're gonna be in Brooklyn this Sunday. You can and check this out. Hood Therapy is on Zoom. You can get the ID and passcode every Sunday at 5:30. This Sunday we're gonna be broadcasting live from the Black Solidarity Day event. You know, so Black Solidarity Day is this Monday. I don't tell people don't take off from work in this day and time, because if you got a job, you probably need to go to your job. You go to your job, but in your own way.
Somebody try
but
to
in your
yeah,
but in your own way. Make sure that you're united with your people. Do something. Don't spend no money. I bought some shoe polish the other day. You know why I bought some shoe polish? Because I'm going to be shining up my shoes, my boots, my sneakers and stuff. I'm not buying nothing. Don't buy nothing. Right? Don't buy nothing. Save your money. And make sure you stock up in your home, man. Some water and food and dry goods. Make sure. And then see if you can put a little something aside for those that's less fortunate, so that we don't have to go through this. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Without having a community kind of mindset. You know, because there's going to be some, I believe, if this thing is extended too long, there's going to be savagery in the street. There's people that's going to turn on one another, and they're going to look to do things to one another. Let us try to avert that in our mentalities now. We got to be quick thinking and fast moving. This is your brother Greg X saying black love for now and black love forever. Till the next time you connect, just remember I was on Bars and Hoops. And this is how we do it. That's what's up. Peace.
All right, man. Thanks, Greg X, for gracing us with your presence on the AMF show on Bars and Hoops Radio. Yes. All right. Shout out on Sunday evening. On Sunday evening from 9 to 11 on Facebook. You check out the Tisha Adelot affair, Red Cup affair. All right. On Tuesday, you got my man Tiny. He got a show, Unorganized Behavior, from 8 to 10 on Facebook. So you know you got to check us out. This is Bars and Hoops Radio, Bars and Hoops Television on YouTube. All my Force brothers. Peace, everybody.
Get it.
Force, we are.
Wanna thank y'all for tuning in.
Force, we are.
Love y'all. Tune in again.
Force, we are.
Like Steels be saying, tell a friend to tell a friend
Force, we are.
to tune in to the Legend Edition.
I'm singing for playing most supreme right here. 6 feet. still can beat the whole damn dream team. With power, I devour any man in my way.